Hey guys, welcome back into another video. So today we're talking about the Switch 2, which has kind of been a while since we've talked about it on this channel. But yeah, like the Switch 2 craziness out of control. These leaks, man, Jesus, like it's hard to keep track because seemingly, like it seems like every day nowadays, like something new has been leaking. When that comes to this console look itself, from accessories, that was apparently they retracted it because they based their designs based off the leaks. Now we have this new render from a reliable source. Then today, we'll talk about later in the video, like where we're talking about third-party games that are possibly coming to the Switch, and the two specifically are pretty major, really big ones. But anyway, let's go into the renders first. As you can see here, this is kind of what the Switch 2 is going to look like. Again, this is from a very reliable source. Let's still take it with a grain of salt, but I do believe it though. Anyways, so yeah, this is what the system looks like. Continuing, here's the back of it. As you can see, the buttons that will detach the Joy-Cons, apparently they're magnetic this time around, apparently. So seemingly your old Joy-Cons won't work with the new one. And then here we go, look at Joy-Cons themselves. I like the idea of like where the control sticks, like the bottom aren't just like, the same color as the Joy-Con itself. That they actually kind of implemented the idea of colored variations more so this time around, as these below the sticks you have the blue and orange effect, and also like how you connect the Joy-Cons to the tablet screen itself. So very interesting idea. As you can see here, right below the home button, so seemingly a new button. I wonder how that's going to work. And now finally, here's the actual system itself, both front and back, how it would look like when you're like from a holding position. So very sleek design. As for tabletop mode, there's definitely a new kickstand, so it's definitely a big improvement over the original. Now, before we talk about the article itself, they actually did a little 360 view video too. Yeah, as you can see about the video, like I really like the design of the Switch 2. It looks sleek and modern, like very nice. So I'm very curious to see how it all plans out, obviously in action. Once we see Nintendo officially show off this darn thing. Its rumors have been crazy, so... But yeah, now let's get on the actual article itself. The Switch 2 renders have revealed the design of the upcoming system. The new handle is tipped to be larger than the current generation's consoles. You can clearly tell by the images alone. It is expected to feature a larger 8.4-inch display as compared to the 7-inch panel on the Switch OLED. This is very interesting for two reasons. One, it's definitely a big jump from the original Switch, which is the one I have. So the one that can be easily hackable, that's the Switch that I have. And two, it contradicts previous leaks that's been floating around for a while now because of a shipped manifest that got leaked like months ago, where it said that the screen would be LCD and that the size of it would be a 7.9 inch to an 8-inch screen. So this definitely contradicts that thinking. So I wonder if somehow that was a mistake, or if the screen was for something else and not for the Switch 2, or or they decided to make the image bigger, the screen size bigger for some reason. But again, we don't know specifically if it was for Switch 2 or not. It was just speculated considering, Nintendo's partner with Nvidia again. But who knows though? But anyway, continuing. According to OnLeaks, the new Switch system will be a lot bigger than the current offering, namely the Switch OLED and the regular Switch. The new system is expected to feature a larger 8.4-inch panel. However, it wasn't mentioned which panel would be used. They think it most likely to be an OLED. Again, that's very interesting because of previous rumors saying that it was LCD. The table below should give you an idea of how the new system stacks up to the current generation. Note that the sizes mentioned are with the Joy-Cons attached to the system. Without them, the new console is tipped to measure 200.5 x 116.4 x 14mm. And here are the dimensions with the Joy-Cons: 271 x 116.4 x 3.14mm. Again, that's for the Switch 2. For the OLED, it would be 241 x 102 x 14. And for the regular Switch, it would be 239 x 102 x 14mm. So you kind of get the whole idea. So yeah, screen size 8.4 inch for the Switch 2, 7 inch for the OLED, and 6.2 inch for the standard Switch. So yeah, like there's your dimensions. So that whole thing. Now that's actually continue. Further, we can also see that a 3.5mm headphone jack on the top, which is great news for the users who want to use their old wired headset with the new console. I do, so that's cool to have. The new, more interesting change though, is that the USB-C port next to it. This is an interesting thing as it's going to be talking about, and this will most likely be used to charge the device, which is handheld or tabletop mode. As the current design makes it very cumbersome to charge in handheld mode and impossible to charge on tabletop. I completely agree with this. It was very weird to charge your Switch while playing at the same time, simply because of the fact that the port was on the bottom and not on the top. Kind of like how Nintendo has had with their previous handhelds before, namely the DS and the 3DS. So that's definitely a big win in my opinion. But yeah, also from this, there's also seems to be a sensor of sort. This might be an ambient light sensor or something else. Maybe that's kind of like how it still has that gyro controls. The bottom is pretty straightforward though, with a central dock flanked by 2 guide pins. We can also see 2 openings toward the side, which will most likely be speakers. At the back though, we can see a U-shaped kickstand that is to be used when playing the game on tabletop mode. This kickstand seems to be a design improvement over the one used on the Switch OLED, which itself was a major improvement over the flimsy one used by the original Switch. And because of that freaking reason, because how stupid and flimsy that thing is, I never used tabletop mode on my Switch. I've never used it. Simply because of how flimsy that freaking thing was. So that's definitely a colossal improvement for me. And finally, the Joy-Cons seem pretty straightforward and look almost the exact same, but a little larger. You still get the same plus and minus buttons, D-pad, and sticks in the same layout. However, the right Joy-Con seems to feature completely new button locations above the home button. Currently, we can only speculate as to its use. I know there's some speculation, people were saying like a camera, but none, at least as far as I know, mentioned that the Switch 2 would have a camera. Maybe like a Kinect thing? I guess for like a social network thing or something like that. That's just ideas I'm popping in my head at the moment. We can see new trigger buttons next to ZL and ZR buttons. These will most likely be used to attach to magnetic Joy-Cons from the Switch 2. Now the magnetic thing, that tells me that your Joy-Cons from your Switch 1 may not work with the Switch 2, at least in handheld mode anyway. This placement seems a little too close for me, and hopefully gamers won't accidentally press them when playing handheld mode. I mean, that just kind of depends, because with the Switch 1, it's seemingly the button to attach the Joy-Cons were in the same spot, so I don't think that if it kind of works the same as Switch 1, it shouldn't be an issue. But again, those buttons are larger than what the tiny little button on the Switch 1 Joy-Cons were, so, but again, who knows. Now, the other rumor that I'm going to kind of toss in there, which was today, like where notable leaker Nate the Hate, who has gotten many things right, he's leaked Xbox games that went to other platforms, which we know, like Sea of Thieves and Grounded and all that. Well, he said on his podcast today that that's going to be the next game seemingly coming from Xbox to other platforms, which is Age of Mythology, that RTS series, and here's the ginormous one. Halo the Master Chief Collection. Now that would be huge for the Halo community as a whole, because it would bring in more players. But hey, maybe this is me and Halo and Copium. Maybe we'll have Halo Studios invest more in MCC again, getting things up and running again, and hopefully they'll also enable them to kind of fix the hacking issue. I know it's not as bad as it once was, but hopefully they kind of fix that for this new version again, if this rumor is true about these two games. But concerning the source who has gotten stuff right in the past, I can trust it, but not fully though. I'm at like 75-25% chance of it being true or not. But I guess time will tell, and these two games would be coming this year, by the way. So yeah, I mean, those two games, like, in the first year, especially Halo, like, for third-party games, that is massive. Massive. Like, huge. Like, I will definitely be getting Master Chief Collection on Switch too. Like, for sure. That would be a day one for me. But yeah, though. Like, that would be huge all my end. Split screen and tabletop mode with your friends. Like, just anywhere you go. Man, that's going to be incredible just thinking about it. That'd be awesome. But yeah. The other stuff about the whole renders and everything. Yeah, like, again, it's from a very reliable source who his track record is pretty spot on. So I do believe that these renders are indeed the final version of what the Switch 2 will look like. I guess all we have to wait for is for Nintendo to officially announce this darn thing. And also, I know I've seen like a leaks report saying that they were laughing about it. They thought it was funny that all this stuff is leaking out. But what will make them not laugh is if a major first-party game gets leaked for the Switch 2. Like a 3D Mario, which I think is coming with the Switch 2 at launch. Especially as this year is the 40th anniversary of the Mario series as a whole. I would not be shocked if a new 3D Mario is a day one game for the Switch 2. I would not be surprised. If not, it would definitely be within the release year of the Switch 2, for sure. It's been a long time since Odyssey came out. Like, it's time. It's definitely about time for a new 3D Mario for a new system. It would be a perfect opportunity, for sure. And I do think that Mario game is going to be open world too, by the way. It's just based on what Bowser's Fury was. I think that was a test run, and for me, it worked. That would be awesome to have an open world 3D Mario, but hey, that's just me fantasizing about potential games. I also think that Doom the Dark Ages will go to Switch 2 as well. Maybe not day one, but I think that will get a port. Because, I mean, 2016 Eternal went to the Switch 1, and both were pretty darn good ports, all things considered. So yeah, this is kind of what the rundown is on the Switch 2 rumors and all that so far. Again, it's getting pretty insane. So I know Nintendo has a plan, and seemingly they're sticking to it, but I mean, they've been pretty dead on. I know they're saying that the Genki accessories that Genki made for the Switch 2 are not based on official imagery, but maybe that could be just... But note, they didn't say they were not... The images are not true, though. So that's the very interesting part. That kind of tells you pretty much nothing. That they don't want to admit that the images are real, because they still want to think that the Switch 2 hasn't been fully... We don't know what the Switch 2 looks like. Come on, Nintendo. You did the same thing with the 3DS. Like, we know it's true. So just comment out whenever you do and actually announce it. But yeah, that's the whole rundown on the Switch 2 so far. I'm definitely getting the Switch 2 when it comes out. Very interested to see what happens, and whenever it comes out, yeah, I'll definitely be doing more videos as we get closer to the official reveal of the Switch 2, and I will talk about it. Trust me, I will. Because this is very big, so yeah. It's always exciting for a new Nintendo system. It always is. Always is exciting to see one. Especially if it's like as capable as we've been hearing about it. Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of the whole rundown on it. So yeah, what do you guys think of this new... How do you think the new design of the Switch 2 looks? I think it looks modern and sleek, and I really like it. I really like the aesthetic of the Switch 2. It's very nice. But yeah, that's all I got to say on this one. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below, and thank you for all the recent support. That last video about Sonic Unleashed, I did not expect that video to blow up the way it did, so I'm very happy about that. Again, I'll see you all in the next one. Till then, have a good one.